Good afternoon, and we want to thank everyone who has decided to join us for your lunch. Um, my name is Paula Grant, and I'm the Director of Human Resources for Marion County School District here in beautiful Marion County, South Carolina. And so we are just excited that you've joined us for our virtual coffee chat today. You'll learn more about why you need to bring your teaching journey here to Marion County. But before we begin, just a little housekeeping. If you have a question or would like some additional information during our chat, if you would just fill in a comment on the chat bar, we will be monitoring the chat bar during this time. And so if we're not able to get to your question during the webinar, please just include your email address and we will be glad to contact you to provide more information. So without further ado, we would really like to turn it over to Dr. Candace Bethay, who is our superintendent, and she and a team of teachers and administrators, we have a great little program for you. So without further ado, Dr. Bethay.
I've been in education about 23 years. I am a product of Marion County School District, and I'm thrilled to be back in the place that I call home. I did grow up in Marion County, born and raised here, lived away for many years. My mother was an educator in the district for nearly 40 years. Um, and I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to make an impact on the community that has given me so much. We do have an amazing district. And in case you don't know where we're located, we're about an hour from Myrtle Beach. We're just a few hours from Charleston, Columbia, and Wilmington, which are key tourist areas. We call ourselves the Pee Dee hub of South Carolina. I will say it is a wonderful place to not only work, but a wonderful place to live. One of the things that I can say about our district is that we are passionate about transforming the lives of students. We're passionate about transforming the shape of our classrooms. And that is being evidenced right now as many of our students are, or all of our students are in a remote learning mode right now, which is common across the country. We're also passionate about changing our community. We're passionate about the way that we teach. And so if you're looking for a team that has that passion, we're asking that you consider Marion County School District. Our mission for our district is that we educate, prepare, and inspire. And we hold those words close to our hearts each day when we show up to work with our students. We're here to make sure that we give our students what they need to be successful, whether they're college, career, or citizenship, going into citizenship. We want to make sure that they're ready to walk into the next stage of their lives. And talking about our districts, one of the things I would like for you to know, we have about 4,300 students. We have many of our students that are on free and reduced lunch. We have about 68% African American, 22% Caucasian, and 10% other. And I do want to go back just for a moment, just to share a little bit of information that I think is very important. When we talk to our staff members, I talk about how we have an amazing district with amazing people here. When we surveyed our staff, one of the things in particular that stood out in terms of why did they stay in Marion County, why did they remain, the number one factor was because of relationships with colleagues. And I can't say enough about those relationships. When you become a part of our team, it's just not your work staff. These individuals become your family members. You spend time together inside of the classroom, outside of the classroom, inside the school building, outside of the school building, and really forming those relationships. And we push relationships a lot in our district, relationships with our students, as well as relationships with colleagues. Other things that stood out in that survey, the location, which I mentioned some of the benefits of us being near to some of those tourist areas, but yet just the family atmosphere that you can get in various communities throughout Marion County. We are a very southern community, but we have a lot to offer. You'll hear a little bit more about the benefits from our HR director, Mrs. Paula Grant, later on in our chat. Well, right now we know that our teachers are one of our greatest assets in our district. And when I say one of the greatest, I almost want to say it is our greatest asset. Our teachers are so committed to the work that they do. They show up each day and they give 100%. And we are thankful to have such a dedicated and compassionate group of educators that are a part of our team. Now, we know that one thing that's also important is leadership. Leadership, making sure that we have leaders in building that are supporting our teachers and that are supporting students. And so today, I would like to introduce to you one of our principals, and that individual is Ms. Stacy Wilbanks. Ms. Wilbanks is the new principal of Creek Bridge STEM Academy, which is our newest facility in our district. The STEM Academy opened this past year as a science, technology, engineering, and math facility, and she's just doing great things at that facility. So welcome, Ms. Wilbanks.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Ms. Wilbanks, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
You are welcome.
So, Ms. Wilbanks, can you tell us about your journey? How did you come to be a part of the Marion County School District family?
Sure, I'd be glad to. I started my career in the Charleston area after I graduated from Clemson. And started my career there and then moved to this area and was teaching in a neighboring district for a couple of years and decided to kind of bring my journey to Marion as I was looking for some leadership opportunities. I began teaching first grade at Easterling Primary School, which is another school in our district, and worked on my administrative degree with a lot of support from my principal and my assistant principal and the teachers in the building. And then kind of stepped out into some curriculum coordinator type roles and instructional coaching. And then started my journey as a principal. I was at the Academy of Early Learning in Mullins, which is another district school. And now I am at Creek Bridge STEM Academy. I took on this job this summer and took part in the reconfiguration of the school and our new STEM initiative.
Absolutely, well, wonderful. Well, Ms. Wilbanks, I'm going to be honest. I can't let you mention the word Clemson without saying something about those wonderful USC Gamecocks. That in Marion County School District, we welcome everyone. We
do welcome everyone. We sure do.
The state and out of state.
We sure do.
Well, tell us, when you're looking at hiring teachers, what attributes do you look for in teacher candidates?
Well, I think our team works really hard to ensure when we look at teachers and hiring teacher candidates that they have the belief that all students can and will succeed, that they set high expectations for everyone, no matter where they come from or their home situation or anything, but we have the same high expectations for everyone and that they really in their hearts believe that all students can learn. I think that's super important. The second thing that we look for is somebody that has their content knowledge, that they know a lot about what they are going to be teaching and they understand what the kids need to know within the content, but also know what kids need to know at that grade level, not just academically, but socially, emotionally, and can be supportive in that way. And I think thirdly, we really look for people that can build relationships, and are compassionate to students that are working or students in low income populations. But I know my assistant principal, Ms. Ford, and I, when we are looking for teacher candidates, I mean, we're really looking for people that are passionate about making a difference in the lives of kids, that they want to be a part of our team, they're team players, and that they're highly motivated. We like to work hard so we can play hard here at Creek Bridge.
Absolutely. Well, you and your team do a phenomenal job, and thank you for that work. But tell me about your administrative team. How do you support your teachers as an administration?
Sure. So I think in Marion County, we have awesome administrative teams, I think all over the district. I know each team is not only equipped with, their school administrators, such as the principals and the assistant principals, but we also have instructional coaches, our lead teachers, we have reading coaches, and we really work hard to create an atmosphere of a family. We want to be able to support you with your instruction and the things that are happening in your classroom, but we also want to be able to support you with the things that happen in life, such as your health and your family and relationships and those types of things. We work really hard to implement grade level planning in order to support new teachers and even experienced teachers. We have step teams, which are our PLCs, where we work on some common goals as grade levels. And of course, we provide mentors and buddy teachers. We have an onboarding team, and all those things will help make your transition to Marion County very easy.
Absolutely. I hope that our participants in this chat continue to hear one word over and over again. That word is family. You've said that word several times in your comments, and that's what we are. We're very family oriented in our district. Now, Ms. Wilbanks, can you tell me what do you do to grow teachers in the profession?
Well, I think growing teachers is something that I feel very passionate about. I could talk with my hands a lot here because I feel really passionate about this, but I think the reason I feel passionate about it is because I had a principal that was so good to me in helping me grow into my position that I'm in today. As I went through my internship, she taught me so much and provided me opportunities to step into roles even before I finished my degree and take on some leadership things. And I feel really passionate. I feel like if somebody did that for me, I should pass on that to others. So we work really hard in our school to grow teachers. We offer a lot of professional development in the things that we're using here in our school. We have our step teams, like I mentioned. We have our instructional leadership teams. But I think it's important to grow relationships with staff and teachers in order to find their strengths and their passions. And then I think when those opportunities arise, that we give teachers the opportunity to take the lead, to step forward and say, here, you try it, you do it, and take a chance. And I think they'll find that they have some big goals. And I know my administrative team and the teams in our schools are very supportive of teachers growing professionally and taking a step, even if it's out of the classroom.
Absolutely. Wonderful. And thank you for sharing, Ms. Wilbanks. Awesome points. Next, I would like to introduce to you Carrie James. Ms. James is our District Teacher of the Year. Welcome, Ms. James, and want to say congratulations again on being named the District Teacher of the Year. Ms. James, can you tell us a little bit about how many years you've been teaching in Marion, and what is your connection to Marion?
Yes.
And better yet, why do you remain in Marion?
Okay, I have been teaching in Marion for 9 years. I began as a math interventionist, and I transitioned to a second grade teacher at Eastland Primary School, where the wheat boxes. Marion just has a special place in my heart. Being born here, going through school here, having the impact from different teachers. My mother is also a teacher, so I have also seen how hard our teachers work to inspire their students. So all of this had an impact on me becoming a teacher and staying in Marion. But my calling is teaching, but I also believe that your calling sometimes have a location associated with it. And my location is Marion. I mean, I feel that my purpose or my destiny is being fulfilled here. I have the ability and the chance to inspire and prepare the children of Marion and let them know that they're full of greatness and that the zip code does not determine their level of success.
Absolutely. Ms. James, I just love hearing you speak and listening to your passion for the work. And that's what we want. We want people with passion for the work.
Thank you.
Well, tell us a little bit about your teaching experience here in Marion. What has that been like?
Like I said, I've been teaching for 9 years, and I'm grateful for Marion and the Marion County School District. One of the best aspects of Marion is the community and the family, which is also seen inside of our district. In fact, our motto is growing better together.
Awesome.
Our district is growing, and I'm proud to be a part of it. I have seen a big difference from my first year teaching to my ninth year teaching, and I'm seeing. I love the direction that our district is going to. I can see the difference in our students. I can see the difference even as an educator in my abilities and what I'm learning and how I'm growing. So I think that's important as an educator, the ability to grow, to be part of a district that not only care about student growth, but also care about their teachers becoming more effective. And that's another reason I remain in Marion. One great thing I can say is that I always feel supported by my district office. And you can see that I say my district office. I feel like it belongs to me personally sometimes, on my school, and the colleagues that I work with. And it's not just support in academics all the time, or it's personal support. We are always there for each other, even in the simple matters or the bigger matter, family issues or death in the family. You can always depend on the support of the Marion County School District staff. And that's important. I mean, I don't know where we would be without that family atmosphere and support.
Well, that's good. So you feel like you have not just been confined to the work that you do in the classroom, but you've had those opportunities to grow professionally and
Yes,
to learn more, to network.
So many,
Awesome.
So many. They're numerous. And I also believe all of it is helping me become a better teacher.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing, Ms. James. We appreciate you. And again, congratulations and keep doing a great job.
Thank you.
Next, I would like to introduce to you Mr. Jeffrey Grice. Mr. Grice is a third-year teacher and was selected last year as Marion's Emerging Teacher of the Year. Welcome, Mr. Grice. Our Emerging Teacher of the Year is nominated by peers and selected by a panel of educators demonstrating promise in educational practices. And so we're just excited to have Mr. Grice to be still a fairly new teacher. We're excited about the work that he's doing at Palmetto Middle School in Mullins. And we look forward to Mr. Grice telling you just a little bit more about himself and the work that he's doing as Emerging Teacher of the Year. So Mr. Grice, tell us, as a new teacher in the profession, fairly still new, tell us what it was like for you walking into a teaching position here in Marion County.
First of all, thank you for having me on this chat, you and Ms. Paula Grant. I'm a proud graduate of the Francis Marion University in Florence, South Carolina, of course. I couldn't let that go without, saying something about it. At any rate.
I think I've started a little competition here, Mr. Grice.
Oh, for sure. Who's gonna be victorious? But anyway, at any rate, I was coming from a neighboring district, and the commute was a bit further than what I would have liked to see. So I currently live in Dillon County, and so this was closer to me. And when I think about, coming in, as the Emerging Teacher of the Year, I think about service. As a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, we always want to make sure that we're providing service. We're doing something to help better the lives of other people. And of course, as Ms. James alluded to, just the passion that comes with that. And it meant a lot to me, to be selected for that award. And so I was just honored.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Grice, we have onboarding teams in our district. And as you're aware, these onboarding teams are more like welcoming wagons. And I know that you've had experiences with our onboarding teams and the support that they provide. But one thing I want to make sure our participants know in this coffee chat is that our onboarding team, even though they are your welcoming committee, that work does not stop once you're hired. They continue to make those connections. They continue to support you throughout your entire time in Marion County School District, not just during the school day, but also making it personal, making sure that you know the best place to do your grocery shopping, making sure that you know about local restaurants, local churches, and things of that nature, extracurricular type activities. And our teams have done a tremendous job, and each of our schools do have an onboarding team. And again, those are teams that just help you get settled in the district, and also gives you that first experience on what we mean by family atmosphere.
Mhm.
So one last question, Mr. Grice, what kind of impact do you think that you're making in Marion County School District? And tell us why.
Sure. So when you said something about the best place to eat, obviously I like to eat. So you know I'm a go-to person when it comes to that kind of stuff. At any rate, so one of the difference, just to kind of backtrack to something that you said a few minutes ago with the welcoming teams. And so when at Francis Marion, I was strictly English major. And so I had to do an alternative certification route. So I did the PACE program provided by the South Carolina Department of Education. And so with that PACE program, I was allowed to get certified, which is very important. And so Ms. Paula Grant helped me to do those things. And so with that program and with the professional developments that we have, the STEP program, I think that has helped me with the pedagogy of just knowing how and what to do, when to do it. You know, of course, coming in, you don't always have classroom management down to a science, but these kind of programs and things help you to get better with that. Of course, you know, with the pandemic going on, we are transitioning to an e-learning district. And so we want to make sure that we are all on board. And so this is just giving us the time to be creative as teachers, to help, you know, to be one-on-one and, you know, more mainstream, if you will. Especially with the HR department, she helped me a lot with the certification route. And then, of course, Ms. Juanita Bright, who you all will meet in just a moment. She was my mentor teacher, and she was the one that helped me with interactions, with observations, things of that nature, to really help me to kind of hone in what I need to improve on. How can I do this better? And she just didn't also, you know, get on me about, you know, what I should be doing better. She also praised me for what I was doing right already. And so she was very instrumental in helping those things. And so we, of course, with the Clips and Writing Project. And so all of those things help to, I guess, to culminate or evolve in a better individual with better teaching practices, is which we want to see, because we want to make the district proud. We want to make our principals proud. And it's an internal thing. The thing that really does it for me is the connections that I make with the students. My principal this year theme was partnership. And so we want to partner not only with the teachers and our colleagues at the school level, but we will also want to partner with the students and their families to make sure we're all on board to get the best learning experience for the student, because that's what it's about, the students.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Grice, again, congratulations for being named the Emerging Teacher of the Year. And we appreciate your work, and keep doing the tremendous job that you're doing. You mentioned several times your mentor, Mrs. Juanita Bright.
That's right.
And so I would like to introduce to you Mrs. Juanita Bright, who's one of our lead teachers for the district. To start, Ms. Bright, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you to Marion County and what makes you stay in Marion County?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Bethay, for having me. I've been in the Marion County District for 25 years. This is my 26th year. Like many of you who are watching today, when you're thinking about where am I going to start my first teaching experience, you look for a place that, you know, you want to make a difference. But my main thought ultimately was, how in the world am I going to pay off these student loans? So what drew me to Marion County was I found a place that would help me pay off my undergraduate student loan. So my plan was just to stay for 5 years, to pay off my loan, to be on my way. However, over the years, the relationships that I have formed with students, with families, and my growing love for Marion County, which is not my home, but my growing love for Marion County is what has kept me here.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Mrs. Bright. And we are glad that you found Marion County and that you decided to stay for 20-some years. And thank you for the work and the commitment that you've had to the district. Can you tell us, I use the term lead teacher. What is a lead teacher? Can you tell us a little bit about that role and what it means and the supports that you provide?
Yes, a lead teacher's main role is that of instructional coach. We support teachers in a variety of ways. We do provide professional development sessions through STEP, through PLCs, and any other need that teachers may have. We collaboratively plan with teachers, and it's not to plan just to tell teachers what to do or how bad or how good they're doing, but our job is to help them to reflect on and to articulate why they make the instructional practices or decisions that they make, decisions that will help grow our students. So our role is just to provide support and just to make a difference for teachers and students.
Okay. Well, I do know, as all of us have been in the classroom, and it's sometimes a tough decision to move out of the classroom into another role. What helped you make that decision in terms of moving out of the classroom into that lead teacher role?
Well, the decision to move came, it was a hard decision because I do miss my lovelies. But early in my teaching career, the district asked me to be a mentor teacher. So as I served and helped teachers each year, I began coaching teachers, I began providing feedback to teachers, I started encouraging and motivating them through the difficult first year woes of a teacher and celebrating all their successes during the first year. And each year when I got a new mentor or mentee, I just began to love it. I really began to love it. So it was just a natural progression for me as it helped me grow in my leadership abilities to help others grow in theirs.
Awesome. Well, I know that you've been doing some traveling since you've been in the lead teacher role. I think that you went to Salt Lake City, Utah. Can you tell us about that, that professional growth opportunity? What was the focus of that work?
Yes, ma'am. I was a little nervous at first, but I'm glad that I had the opportunity, and I'm glad that I went. The conference was the Teach to Lead Summit, and the topic was equity, focusing on the whole child, focusing on the whole teacher. So this was a great opportunity for professional growth for me. I was able to network with other teachers, other leaders across the country. We started working on a plan that would help ensure that our district is providing equitable practices to help impact student achievement. So that opportunity afforded me growth in my leadership ability, not just looking at education as a teacher, but opening my lens and viewing it as an educational leader. So I'm able to pour back into the community. And I am greatly looking forward to the next travel opportunity the district affords me. Hint, hint.
Well, we are grateful that you were able to attend, and again, to have that opportunity. We've been having a lot of conversations around the work of equity, and so it's twofold. It was a great opportunity for you in terms of being able to network and communicate with leaders across the country, and it was a benefit to us for you to be able to bring that information back to support the work that we're trying to do with equity and making sure that every child gets what they need in our district.
Yeah.
And so I want to thank you for the tremendous work that you're doing as well, Mrs. Bright. And again, I say I'm glad that you found Marion County School District and decided to stay with us. Continue doing the work that you do.
Thank you.
Right now, we're going to shift gears for a little bit. Hopefully our team is ready. We're going to ask each of them to please come on the screen. We're going to do something called a lightning round. I just want each of our participants, our staff members, to just tell us in a few short words, why should someone consider coming to Marion County? We're going to start with our principal, Mrs. Stacy Wilbanks.
Well, I'd say first and foremost, it's just because we're so awesome. That is awesome. That we are awesome. But I would say our relationships with our staff, our community, our students, and of course, just the opportunities to grow professionally and follow your dreams and goals.
Absolutely. Thank you, Miss James.
The opportunity to make a difference in the lives of our children.
Absolutely. Awesome. Mr. Grice?
Interactions and connections that you make, not only with the staff member, but the children as well, the students.
Awesome. And Miss Bright?
I would say Marion County's commitment to excellence and the opportunities for professional growth.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, we appreciate each of you, and we appreciate the amazing work that you do. We're now going to move into a question and answer section. We have our HR director, Ms. Paula Grant, who's pulled up a couple of questions from our participants. Ms. Grant, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.
And so just let you have it from here.
All right, thank you. So we have received lots of chats, and I have tried to respond to some of you privately to answer your questions. We have had a question about benefits that are offered to our teachers. And so being part of the South Carolina Public Employee Benefits Authority, we are able to use their insurance options that they offer to us, which cover health, life, and dental. Both the employee has the chance to cover themselves and their dependents, and you're also able to become vested in the state's retirement system. The district, we do offer both sick and personal leave, and we offer and pay for an additional $10,000 life insurance policy for all of our employees. We have opportunities for 401k and medical spending. We also have 403b mutual investment options too for our employees. We partner with 2 local universities, Coastal Carolina and Francis Marion, for some tuition reduction opportunities if you're looking to advance your degree, maybe to your master's plus 30, even your doctorate program. We do have partnerships with those. As Ms. Bright said, we are a Title I school district, so we do qualify for loan forgiveness. And for you who are new teachers, first year in the profession, new graduates, we have a new graduate assistant stipend that we pay. It's an additional $1,500 that we have to offer. But we're also focusing on some critical needs areas that are big for our district. Middle level and art are our areas that we have identified as critical needs for next year. So for teachers who are middle level math and middle level English certified and teaching in those grade levels in that area, we have a $3,000 salary supplement for those positions. Middle level social studies and science, we have $1,500 a salary supplement, and also $1,500 for art certified teachers working in our district. We've also had several questions in the chat about international teachers. We are unable to sponsor any H-1B visas at this time, but we do partner with EPI, BASES, and Teachers Placement Group for J-1 visas. We had another question about professional development opportunities, and I think our panel offered some suggestions about what we do. Mrs. Wilbanks, I believe, spoke about our STEP meetings. You got to meet one of our lead teacher who offers that, and that is just where we're able to focus on some specific grade level goals that we're working. It is teacher led, it is lead teacher facilitated, so it's a very safe environment in order to go and learn. We also offer leadership academies for principals, those who may want to go into administration. We have an Aspiring Leaders Academy. For our first and second year teachers new to the profession, we have designed a special induction program for those teachers. And then we have individual coaching opportunities where our lead teachers actually go in and coach you and give you some feedback and model for you. And then career ladder opportunities as well. We have lead teacher, master teacher positions. Someone asked about the difference. Our lead teachers do a lot of coaching, one-on-one with teachers, coaching in groups. They do a lot of model lessons and demonstration lessons. So they don't have their own classroom. Their job is to focus on teacher needs and teacher coaching. Whereas the master teacher, that teacher is in their own classroom teaching students, but their classroom is used as a demonstration classroom or a model classroom where other teachers can go in to see new strategies utilized. In terms of next steps, we are very interested in you applying for our school district. We have our current vacancies posting, and that changes daily as we are getting contract acceptances back through our current employees. So if you would visit our website and click under the employment link at the top, you may submit your application. And for the ones that we get where you are a certified teacher or are eligible for South Carolina licensure, we do send a Sparkhire video interview opportunity for you, which gives us the chance to meet you and learn more about you. And then our administrators have access to that link where they can go in to see your video interview. And also, we just want to invite you to follow us on social media, our Facebook page, Instagram, and Twitter, and also our website. We have a lot of awesome information where you can kind of take a sneak peek into our district. Our own YouTube channel is there, and we have lots of videos that you can meet our staff, see our schools, meet our community. So we just encourage you during this time when we're under stay-at-home orders to take a sneak peek into our district, because we really think it is a place that you can bring your teaching journey and have a very awesome career with us. So Dr. Bethay, before we end, do you have any closing remarks?
Well, I know that we've shared a lot of great information today, and hopefully it was something that will help you make your decision to come and join our team in Marion County School District. As you can tell, we're on an amazing journey. We have a dedicated team of educators, administrators, a supportive board, and we just want to tell you that we're just excited about the work that we're doing here, and we're excited about the possibility of you joining our team. Thank you for joining in today. Please follow up with our HR department. Again, we're here to educate, prepare, and inspire, and we're growing better together, and we want you to grow with us. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, and y'all have a great afternoon.
Have a great afternoon.